Hey everybody, it's Cynthia Maynard. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by my channel and spending a few minutes with me today. Today is a Stampin' Up! Card day, and woo, look at this shiny. So this is more of focusing on this method here that I challenge you to try out in your stash. And we are going to use the Magical Day set, and of course it's got these great mermaids and knights and dragons. It's obviously fairy tale land type thing. Today we're going to use this unicorn here, and you are one of a kind, and a couple of the dies from the die set that you can get in a bundle. We're going to use the banner die there, and then the unicorn die that cuts out. And this is Dapper Denim, and I embossed it in our wavy embossing folder, and it makes it look like the water in the waves. And I put it on some Calypso Coral, and it opens like this. It's just an A2 size card. I'm going to put a panel in the middle here. Haven't done that yet. It's getting so excited. Oh, I forgot to color in one of my mermaids there. Look at I was going to put dazzling diamonds on them, but I thought, well, that might be overload. But it's really pretty when you use Wink Stella, especially in person. It just adds that little extra something. And so what I did was a heat embossing technique that's super simple to do, and is yet another way to use your embossing powders in a fun way. So this is the one card with the mermaids. Thought that was super fun, so I wanted to show that to you. You had to try it out, right? So today I'm going to use our woods, and I took a piece of chocolate chip cardstock, and I went ahead and just embossed it just like normal. And before we do any stamping or anything, we're going to go ahead and prep our card base. Now this one is going to be, let's see, what did I do? I'm making a square card with this one. So I'm going to make a 5x5 card. So this is 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. Looks pretty plain right now, right? But what we're going to do is we're going to take the gold embossing powder and our Versamark pad, and we're just going to have some fun. So we just take the lid off, and we're going to use make sure the pattern that you want sticking out is raised up, because on the other side it's de-embossed, which is great for other applications. But for what we're doing now, we want the side to go up here. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of scrape across the top. I'm not going to press down very hard, because I just want, for the most part, the Versamark to go on the trees. Not that it can't get other places if we need it to, but I'm just swiping. If you can see that glimmer there, that is that wet Versamark. You can do this in any number of ways. We're just going to make some glittery trees. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and put that underneath to catch my embossing powder. And you could use copper, you could use silver. I'm just going to grab the gold, that extra. And again, if you get it into spots, see how covered that is, and it kind of loses its definition. So you just take a paintbrush. That one's too big. Get a smaller one here. You just take a paintbrush and kind of get in between there and get that extra embossing powder off. You don't have to get all of it off, because the kind of thing we're doing here is a little bit rough and rugged here, so just where you want it to get it to where most of it is taken care of there. And then you're left with this gorgeous, hopefully that's showing up, so gorgeous. And even the bits where we didn't completely get it off, it gives this lovely distressed, but those trees are really popping out. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and stamp out and color in our unicorn, and he's going to be running through the forest. Alright, so I went ahead and stamped out with some Memento ink, because I'm going to use my alcohol markers, and that's the ink it likes. I stamped out the unicorn and the one of a kind. We're not really going to do anything to that other than die cut it out. My unicorn, I'm just going to color his mane and tail in these different colors. So we have our light, our bigger end, and our thicker end, and I'm going to go ahead and do that, alternating. So I'm not really doing any blending per se here. I'm also going to make his horn yellow. Let's go for the blue. And then when that dries, we'll add some Wink of Stella on there. So I'm going to go ahead to my die cut machine and cut these two out. Got the unicorn die. They look kind of funny, but you can make out which one is which. And he is going to be running through the forest. Lickety split. Alright, so I have some Tempting Turquoise that is cut to 10 by 5, and then you just score it and fold it in half. And, you know, in retrospect, this chocolate chip is probably a little bit dark. So use whatever colors you like. I'll probably make another one that is a lighter in color. But I am going to put this up on foam because it's embossed. And whenever I emboss something, I do like to put it on foam. And actually, I think I'm going to use some strips. I can cover a little more ground there with that. I'm almost to the end of my roll here. This is just Scotch adhesive. So use whatever colors, just more importantly the method, okay? So embossing something and then putting that Versamark over the top and embossing, heat embossing it with the metallic, and that will give it some fun texture, and it feels almost like leathery, which is very cool. Tempting Turquoise to cut out with our pretty label punch, and then I'm going to go ahead and go right across there like that, just because I want that to pop. Otherwise it's kind of a little boring there. We'll use that word. So one of a kind, and then I'm going to pop our unicorn up on dimensionals. You can use the mini dimensionals as well if you feel like you need to get, actually I might want to do one on his tail. Little baby dimensionals. I'm going to figure out where you want, and then you might want to put a 4 3/4 by 4 3/4 white panel on the inside, and you can do some stamping on that. I'm not going to do that today because the hair slightly overlaps, so he's running along the forest floor. Let's go ahead and sparkle him up a little bit here. So you can just go ahead and put some glitter really all over, since he's white and we didn't color him with anything. And then they have a little extra sparkle. And then even on these words. Just because they're a little bit dull compared to the rest of the card. Normally I don't do this, but I feel like just in person it just gives a little extra something. And that's all there is to that. So I think the chocolate chip might be a little bit dark for the card, so maybe you could do something like Sahara Sand, or you could just go ahead and do the white. Would be pretty as well, and then we can make different color coordinations. But the gold definitely, I like how it pops on there. And I like how the waves turned out on the mermaid one. Hopefully you'll give that technique a try, because you're embossing folders and embossing powders, and have fun thinking about scenery that you can give texture and life to with a fun card that someone might be excited to get. So, alright guys, go ahead and have a great day. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks. See you later.